Alright, so we've got our first quiz here on lessons 1 and 2. I'm going to go through all the problems, but if you just want to skip to the problems that you need for your corrections, you can go ahead and do that. But I'm going to start here with number 1. Now number 1, we have parentheses that I see here, so we need to do those first. And inside we need to multiply first. We need to do 2 times 3, which is 6. Bring everything else down that we haven't used. Alright, and then again we do have some more work to do inside the parentheses, so we're going to do 1 plus 6, which is 7. Bring everything else down, and because we have this minus sign here, we don't need the extra parentheses anymore. Then we do need to do 6 times 6 for 6 to the second power. And 6 times 6. Alright, 6 times 6 is 36. So we're going to bring that down. I can get my pen to work today. Alright, now I've got my pen working here. 6 times 6 is 36. We bring down the minus 7. And 36 minus 7 is 29, which is our final answer. Now if we move on to number 2, over here we've got a lot going on, but we do have parentheses first. And inside those parentheses we need to multiply. So we're going to do 7 times 2, which is 14. Bring everything else down. Alright, we do have more work to do inside the parentheses. We've got 18 minus 14, which is 4. Bring everything else down that we haven't used. And again, you can drop those extra parentheses because of this addition sign here. But now, before we can add or subtract, we do need to do 6 times 5, which is 30. And we're going to bring everything else down here. And I do have a typo here. This is not addition in between here. This is division. So we divide by 3 plus the 4. And then again, before we can add or subtract, we need to finish out our multiplication and division. So we're going to do 30 divided by 3, which is 10. Bring down everything else. And now we're going to move from left to right. So 19 minus 10 is 9 plus 4. And 9 plus 4 is 13, which is our final answer. Alright, and then moving down to the bottom half, we've got add, subtract, or multiply. So for number 3, we have 12 minus 8.22. So first, we need to line up our decimals. So we're going to bring down our numbers and rewrite them. So we have our 12 minus 8.22. And here's where you definitely need to add those zeros after the decimal on 12. So we're going to do some borrowing. So first we're going to borrow from the 2. That becomes a 1. This 0 becomes a 10, but then we're going to have to borrow again. So that becomes a 9. And this last 0 becomes a 10. And 10 minus 2 is 8. Here we can do 9 minus 2, which is 7. Bring down that decimal. But here we can't do 1 minus 8, so we're going to have to borrow again. That 1 becomes a 0. We add that 1 here, and 11 minus 8 is 3. So our final answer is 3.78. Alright, here on number 4, that dot, if we remember, means to multiply. So when you multiply decimals, you don't have to line up the decimals. So you can just write the numbers and just kind of ignore them. So we're going to have 23 times 87. Alright, so first we're going to do 7 times 3, which is 21. Carry that 2 over, and then we've got 7 times 2, which is 14, and we have to add that 2 back. So we're going to write down 16 here. And then remember, add that 0 before you start multiplying. First we have 8 times 3, which is 24. Make sure to carry that 2, maybe cross off that first one. We have 8 times 2 is 16, plus that 2 up there gives us 18. And then here we need to add down, so we have 1. 6 plus 4 is 10, carry the 1. 8 plus 1 is 9, plus that 1 gives us another 10. Carry the 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So now when we put that decimal, we have a tenth times 100th, so we're going to move it over 3 spots. So our final answer is 2.001. Alright, then our last one here is just adding. So again, we're going to rewrite our numbers so we can line up our decimals. Alright, and if it helps here, you can put in that extra 0 at the end here. So we're just going to add down. We have 8 plus 0 gives us 8. 7 plus 1 gives us 8. Bring down that decimal. 3 plus 4, is 7. And then we have 1 plus 0 here, which is 1. So our final answer is 17.88.